Walking through a wind tunnel, it's Jacob Wysocki.
Hard to breathe in there.
And
Again, thanks for having me.
a surfer using a bunch of surfing lingo recollects his gnarliest ride.
Honestly, it was the most harrowing day of my life, all right? I got up, I smacked down 2 LBJ specialty bean and cheese burritos, because you want to get those carbos in, all right? And then I was floating out to the gully, everything was looking flat, smacked, and glossy. Then out of nowhere, a big set starts to ramp up, and I'm like, is that gonna be a 30-minute set? Is it gonna be a 40-minute set? Then all of a sudden, a pod of porpoises, they come through, and they're saying, "What's good, my dude?" And I'm like, absolutely nothing. I'm trying to crank, rustle, and trying to flip stacks. Then all of a sudden, this big bongo baby comes crashing in, and I'm sinking in, and it's barreling, and it's crushing, and it's foaming, and I'm stuck in the beam. Then all of a sudden, the porpoises, they're like, "Come on!" They give me a little extra push through the tube squashes, I'm out. I go back to the shore, finish my second bean and cheese from LBJ's, and I'm cruising life, feeling like a gremlin.
Nothing says surfing like a big bongo baby. Wow, Jake, way to bring it. Jake, this is something of like a sequel prompt. A skateboarder using a bunch of skateboarding lingo recollects his gnarliest move.
The year was 1993. I was 13 years old. Daewon San just hit his longboard up on a chain link fence. It was my moment to shine. So I slapped my board and I got squirty with it. I crunched into the vert and I scooped up my hammies and I knew heel backwards, toes forward, you gotta hit the slalom. And as soon as I'm in the middle of the slalom, I'm realizing to myself, this is as good as it gets. It's all downhill from here. So I tucked, rolled, burned a Scooby, and I knew that day I was always gonna be a little bit of a troll.
Holy shit, Jake! I don't know if you know what you just did, but in number 1, you were a gremlin.
Of course I remember.
Wow! The poetry of that.
Skateboarding is poetry in motion.
Hell yeah.
Brings us back to Jake. Jacob, this one might be a little familiar, I don't know. A rock climber using a bunch of rock climbing lingo recollects his gnarliest climb.
I had just dumped my girlfriend and I had taken my van about 16 hours into the birth of Yosemite. I was looking at the highest mountain in the continental United States, El Capitan. As I started to crank into the fjords, I remembered that everything is all about biceptual crunching and knuckle gripping. My grip was at an 8,000 PSI. But then I looked down and I saw a group of people going, "There's a comet coming straight for El Capitan!" And I said, "That's not gonna stop me, for I am strong, noble, and big of hand." So I continued to syringe up this cascade as I saw the comet coming towards me, and I knew that I could slack my belay around and fully fling myself onto the comet, in which I rode as I was doing a double upside down toe hook grip, and it took me straight to the top of El Capitan, where I pissed off the mountain.
It felt to me like there might have been some actual rock climbing lingo, or did you just fool me?
So all of my friends rock climb and they don't invite me because they know that's not my thing. But I have to hear them be like, "Brock belayed me and I hit a 4.729er."
You know what I'm playing for.